What's going on, brothers, cousins? My name is Mick from the Gersbacks Do Oz. That's the name of our Instagram. It's the name of our YouTube channel. This will be the first video that I make, so it'll probably be rubbish. But here we go. I just wanted to make a quick video to show you guys some of the updates that we done to the van that might help us, might help you, from thousands of Google searches or watching YouTube, all that. I'll show you what we done. Hopefully it's enough. I think it'll be enough for us, and hopefully it can help you too. So yeah. Alright guys, so the first thing I wanted to show you was the electrical system, what we changed on ours. So we got a 2022 Newlands Tourister, and when we got it, it had 100 amp hours of battery. We immediately changed it over and put 200 amp hours, and since we've decided to go on this trip, we've increased that to 400. So we've got two 200 amp hour Renogy batteries. Can't see them because I'm sure you all know the new regulations require any lithium batteries that are installed inside the Caravan have to be concealed and ventilated to outside the van. So to follow those regulations, you won't be able to see, but where are we? Turn this around. So our batteries are in there, so they're completely concealed in there, and the ventilation is running underneath the van, so that all complies. What else we installed? As you can see, we got the 3000 watt red arc inverter. We may not need it, but we're going to do a lot of off-grid stuff. So I love coffee, and I just won't go without a coffee. So if it pays for itself, that's how it will pay for itself. With the inverter, so we got it wired into the Caravan system with the transfer switch. So it's as simple as, if you want to use the inverter, you open up the cupboard here, and you'll see the button right there, the inverter remote. So that allows us to turn it on. Simply just turn off the battery charger here. That'll stop drawing hard on the inverter, because we don't want that. We just want to use the inverter and then switch it back over to run it off the 12 volt. So the inverter has been tested to run our aircon, and it has done so, but chances are we probably won't use that. Yeah. Now back to the inverter. With the inverter, we also had a shunt installed on the batteries, and then it talks to the comlink, which is up in the top cupboard here. I'll show you that in a sec. It gives us all the data that we need. So how many amps we're drawing, any input, solar input, charging. If we're hooked up to mains, it'll show you how much it's pumping back in, how much it's using. That all shows up on our BM Pro Trek 3 screen. So when we had the van, it just had a tiny little basic monitor in it, which, yeah, it was just showed nothing, basically. Showed how much battery there was, I think. Not much else. So the Trek 3 that we got installed is heaps better. It shows the 4 tanks we've got. We've got 3 freshwater tanks and obviously a grey water tank. It shows all the levels up there for each individual tank. And it's really cool. I'll show you. Up in here. Alright, so there's the comlink. The shunt talks to the comlink. Gives us all the data that you see here on the Trek 3. So it's pretty cool. It'll show how many amps being used, the voltage of the batteries. You can see the battery's full, more than 199 hours of usage. That changes a little bit, but you get the picture, it's full. On the left here, we got our water tanks. So tank 1 is full. Tank 2 and 3 are the other 2 fresh water tanks. They're both empty. And the bottom one is the grey water, which is also empty. Down here we've got the little 12 volt pump button. Hit that, kicks in the 12 volt pump. Turn it off. Easy, easy. You got the time there, 9:28, which is completely wrong, but you get the picture. So there's all that, tucks away nicely up in the little cabinet. Screen is good size, you can see plenty of information, so we're happy with that. Another thing that we've got that I installed is a diesel heater. I ummed and ahed about it, but I know what my wife is like, and she is always cold. So it was a given. We had to have a diesel heater. I'm sure most of you can agree. So I installed it under the seat here. As you can see down here, we've got the vent down there, and yeah, I've got the control panel sitting up here. I had it installed down here near the fire extinguisher, but when you use it, it's the coldest part of the caravan, so it was just constantly running flat out. So I moved that up here, and hopefully that picks up the temperature a bit better and cuts out when it needs to cut out, instead of just roaring its head off constantly. I'll lift it up and I'll show you how it's installed. And yeah. Righto. So it's just installed in here. Very basic. Just got the one hose running off it. It pumps the heat. Like, it's only a Chinese one that, you know, people up in the air about them. Some people say don't use them. I don't know if it's just because they've spent a shitload on a good one, or I don't know. But we've used this a few times and I've never had an issue with it. It's never stopped. Yeah, it does its job. Warms the van up that quick. Literally, we might have it on for maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes and you'll be cooking in here. So that's good. That's what we want. Turn it on, warm it up quick, and then turn it off. We also changed our toilet. We had the cassette toilet, like I'm guessing the majority of people do. So we changed over to a composting toilet. I don't know how you say it. Ogo. It's OGO, composting toilet. So it's wired into the 12 volt as well. And it's just push the button to activate the agitator. So do your business, push the button, and you walk away, which is fantastic. No more trips to the dump point, things splashing all over your feet and your hands, all the shit that no one likes. So I'll just show you. It's very small compared to the cassette toilet we had. Takes up less space, which is always a bonus. Not that you want to spend too much of your time in here, but if you do, you got space to stretch your little legs out. Pretty basic. Wee, poo. Wee, poo. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Kids, practice your aim. Make sure it goes in the right spot. A couple of other little things that I'll just tell you about. We changed out all the screws in all of our hinges, all the cupboards, doors. We put some thicker gauge screws in. Little dab of glue on each screw. It was, oh man, it was tedious and it took forever, but if it saves just one of the cupboard doors falling off from corrugated roads in the future, well, and I'll be happy that we did it. Also, I put some, what would you call them? Like a little bracket on the fridges here. So I got one here, one up here, and two on the other side of the fridge as well. Same reason. We plan on doing the gib, and as everyone really knows, it can be pretty hectic. So that way we can just throw a strap across both doors, because I have seen a couple of posts. people's fridge doors coming off and everything in their fridge just getting spread around the caravan. I don't want to deal with that. Probably have enough stuff to deal with. I don't want to deal with things like that too. So just little things, but hey, maybe they'll work. Also, we upgraded the solar. We added an extra solar panel. I forgot to mention that before. I didn't want to climb up and show you. It's the solar panel. Everyone's seen them. So on the roof now we've got 3 panels. So that gives us 600 watts. We've used it a few times off-grid. It seems to do the job. Obviously there'll be days where it doesn't quite do the job, or we're not getting direct sun on it. But for that reason, I've had a Anderson plug installed on the outside of the van, which I can show you. So we can plug in a portable solar blanket and point it where we need to point it. Get that little bit of extra charge if we need to. I can't really think of anything else inside that you might want to know. That's basically it. Just a few little things that we changed. Hopefully it helps us. Hopefully it helps you guys. I don't think you need to go stupid. I see a lot of people that just go mad and you got to have everything and bulk of everything. Just remember, it all adds to the weight at the end of the day. The more you got, the more it weighs. We're already bordering at the limit for weight, so this is what we can do. It's what we can get away with, and I think it'll be enough for us. So I'll show you a couple of things outside the van. But yeah, that's basically it for inside. There's nothing too special. Cool. Right, I'll just show you a couple of things that we changed outside, just to make it a bit more comfortable or a bit more useful for us. So we went from, it's got the same rims, so we still got 15-inch rims, but we went from a 205 55 tyre and we chucked 225 by 75s. It just gives us that little bit more tyre for when we do go off grid, rougher conditions. Hopefully they'll serve their purpose a bit better. So we went with the Kumos. I think they'll get us out of trouble. What else have I got? I'll show you the Anderson plug for the solar. So we just got it wide in here on the side. Pretty simple. Got a little cover on it, protect it from the weather. Yeah, happy days. Not much to say about that. We had 2 water tanks on it, 2 90-litre tanks. We decided to put a third one on. We got them all wired in. I showed you before, so they've all got their own sensor to the Trek 3, so we can see each tank, what level they're at. Pretty basic. But the filler that we got, the filling system, it's a suction line, and it allows us to fill the tanks. So hook it up here to fill it. All you do is open that valve up, and that will fill each tank. 1, 2, 3. It allows you to fill them up, and you can literally just hook the hose up, crank it on, and walk away, because they run to the back of the van here, and they each got a breather set up. So you'll see as soon as they're full, pardon me, as soon as they're full, it'll just start pumping water out here. So you got no chance of blowing up your water tank. I thought it was pretty sick. I liked it, so I'm happy with that. What else have we got? I'm assuming anyone else that's doing what we're about to do has Starlink. And I'll show you my Starlink pole. It's not the fancy $300 setup. I wasn't really interested in spending that. So what I got is a pool cleaner from Bunnings. Went to Bunnings, got this pool cleaner. I think it cost me like 30 bucks. Bought the little fitting there, the bracket. So the bracket I bought for the Mini, I think it cost me 50 something dollars. It just sits snug into that. And then I mount it on the front of the van here. So I just made this up out of a bit of a gal. So this will just go in there. And then I've got some bolts that go in here to lock it down once you've pointed it in the right spot. So that whole setup cost me, oh mate, under 100 bucks. And that was with black spray paint to make it look pretty. That was everything. And a little bit of time to do it. Very basic, very simple. Righto, so that's it. I think I've showed you everything I wanted to show you. If you've got any questions about anything that I did show, or any other questions, just follow us on Instagram. The Gersbacks Do Oz. Jump on, give us a follow. Just send any messages, comments, whatever you like. I'll answer any questions that I can. If I don't know, well, I can only help you. Hopefully it was helpful, and hopefully I didn't suck at the first video for our YouTube channel. As I said, follow us along. We head off in 2 weeks. We pack up the house. We're heading off from Coffs Harbour, and we're heading south. So if you're on the road over the next 12 to 14 months and you do see us, come say good day. It was me, my wife Loz, and we've got 3 kids, Harlow, Ace and Blake. They are 10, 8 and 4 years old. We're all pumped. We can't wait to get on the road, and hopefully we run into heaps of yous out there, share some ideas, catch up. It's just going to be sick, man. We are that pumped. I've got 1 day left of work right now, and man, I don't want to think about work for at least the next 12 months. Yeah, jump on, follow us. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully I made sense. If there was anything that I didn't make sense about, or that I told you was wrong, just message me and tell me that too. Any feedback's good, positive or negative feedback. I can handle it. Yeah, subscribe to our channel. We'll try and put a video up. Once we get on the road, we'll try and upload a video like once a week. It might be short, it might be long. It just depends where we are, what we're doing. As I said, we'll start in New South Wales. We're going to head south and yeah, do the full lap. Bring it on. Thanks, brothers, cousins. Catch ya.